This is what I'm going to do with you. Earlier today,
Yes, sir.
I had on your good friend Rick Santorum, and I'm going to put you on hold, and I want you to listen to what Rick Santorum said at the conclusion of your interview, in which you allege, Scott Sloan, that he hung up on you or lost a cell phone, and
Correct.
you allege that after that, is it true the interview concluded at that point?
Yes, it concluded rather quickly. It was ended very, very abruptly when the cell phone was either dumped or cut off or whatever, some act of God. Yes, the interview was over, correct?
Now, according to Santorum, that did not happen.
What?
According to Santorum, I think he said with me about an hour and a half ago that after the call was disconnected, that he concluded with a 2-minute conclusion with you later, a couple minutes later. Is that true?
That's patently false, Willie. The information, once he was off, he didn't come back, no. And we haven't gave him an opportunity because his Bobo called us right back and said, did you hang up on Rick or did he hang up on you? And Betty, our producer, said, no, we didn't hang up on him. And then the next question, Willie, was, and I quote, why was he so confrontational?
I'm going to put you on hold with your permission so you may hear the words of your political leader, Rick Santorum. Here you go. Hit that what happened to me about an hour and a half ago.
That's baloney. Wait, I called him right back. I was driving, and we lost the call, and I called him back 2 minutes later, and we finished the conversation.
Scott Sloan, is that accurate?
Not only is that inaccurate, Willie, that is a bald-faced lie.
What happened? Because I'm going to have to listen to the tape when I get off the air. Kind of, for those who didn't hear the interview you had with Santorum a couple of days ago, tell me what happened.
Well, I asked him a bunch of questions about the economy. I asked him a bunch of questions about, as I recall, maybe the XL pipeline. I asked questions related to the housing industry. I also asked questions on how he's going to bridge the gap between very, very rich people like you and very, very poor people like me. What about the James Bedingfields of the world, my producer? What about the Lindsay Pattersons of the world, your producer? And what about the Gary Sullivans of the world who sit there in an office and command us what to do? I want to become that guy someday. I feel like many people, I don't have that chance. The American dream doesn't exist as you guys once knew it. So I think those are reasonable, legitimate questions for a presidential candidate to answer. And we had an exchange. I think there were pleasantries. He complimented us on the Reds. Big Reds fan, I guess. And then it wasn't until the final question that then he started to go porcupine on me here and shoot quills.
Now,
so
we're
the
going
question was about birth control, and I said, all due respect, and I think you asked the same question in so many words about why is this a campaign issue? You're alienating women. If you really want to win, you need to shut up about birth control. And he took exception to that, and he said it's the media. He blamed the media. He blamed the media. And then we played the clip of you where you talked to him, I think, on Monday, and he said when you asked him the same thing, he said, no, these are important issues for the American people.
With your permission, I'm going to play the end of your telephone call with Rick Santorum so the American people can hear the facts. Are you prepared to hear your own show?
I'm always prepared.
I'll put you on hold. Hit it.
Is that aren't the people who support you going to want a return on their investment? Hello? Did we lose them? What are we doing? All right, his phone died.
Oh, boy.
Scott
Yeah,
Sloan.
I think if you're running for the presidency...
I recall there that at the end of it, I think the question I was asking is, he was making a point about separating his personal ideology from what he would do as an elected official, and he's able to separate his beliefs from what he's doing for the people. But as I contended, we know that there are wealthy donors to campaigns that really drive things. And do you think that a guy's going to invest $1 billion to get Santorum elected and not want Rick Santorum to reflect back to him what he wants to hear? And the answer, of course, is that's exactly what happened.
With your permission, at this point, Scott Sloan, I'm going to play the cut of me and Santorum in which I'm giving him advice to actually win the election.
Yes.
Are you now? I want you to listen to this and see if Santorum says he wants to talk about moral issues or not. Are you prepared to hear me?
Play it again.
All right. Hit it.
I would urge you to only talk about the issues that most middle-class white females care about, which is the economy, security, taxes, the deficit, and gasoline, and ignore all these social issues, Rick. Am I right or wrong?
I think you're wrong.
There is Santorum in his own words.
So that was Monday.
Yes.
Monday, he thinks you're wrong about that. Friday, he thinks I'm wrong about that. Where's the real Rick Santorum? If I were a candidate for office right now, if I were Mitt Romney, if I were Newt Gingrich or Ron Paul, if I were any of those guys, hell, even Lyndon LaRouche, I would be taking that audio and making it into a commercial for radio and TV and go, you can't trust Rick Santorum.